Hi, I'm going to talk about social stories, in particular using them for children with autism spectrum disorders. And then I'm going to show you a social story that I developed for an individual that I work with at my job. And that kid is within the range um, of the age range that social stories have been shown to be effective in use with. And that is between 6 and 14. I believe I may have gotten that a little bit wrong, but it's in that general age range. And then, so social stories, before I start, have been an established evidence based practice as shown by the National Autism Center. And although there has been some like research that has shown some brought up some questions about the effectiveness of social stories and whether they're solely effective in as a treatment for children with autism because they're usually in combination with other treatments. Nonetheless, they still show promise, and most researchers agree that they show promise and could be used in combination with other interventions. So I'll show you a social story that I developed for a child, and the kid is afraid of dogs, and he used to have a dog when he was little, and then his dad passed away, and he sort of developed this fear of dogs, and they lost their dog as well, and now when he goes outside, he sometimes comes across dogs who like jump out of their driveway and surprise him, and he tends to just jump and run away and get startled and scared. And this has happened several times, and the parent is worried about this, obviously, for safety issues and for going to families and relatives' houses where they have dogs and wanting him to be comfortable in those situations. So we developed an intervention where we're going to take him on a trail and reward him for the omission of running away, and basically reinforce him tolerating dogs walking by, and tolerating dogs surprising him a little bit, and just tolerating being around dogs, generally speaking. And so then the social stories to go along with this treatment. So basically, telling him about going on a walk and possibly seeing dogs and how to react. So I'll just go through generally how I would go through it with the kid. So let me zoom in a little bit so you can see this a little better. Okay. So I basically read off with him, and he likes to read, so I would probably let him read a little bit. So first picture of a person going on a trail. I say, we're going to walk on a trail today. There might be dogs on the trail. Look, there's two dogs walking. Dogs run and dogs bark, but that's okay. They may try to smell or lick me. That's okay. They're just being friendly. So trying to tell him about the eventuality of things that could happen with the dog, but mostly keeping it positive. And then if I'm scared, I can take a deep breath, count to 10, and then point and say, look, there's a dog. It's okay. And so these are some of the strategies that I've worked with him in the past. So using them and telling him to use them in those situations ahead of time. The dog will pass by, and I can keep walking. So that's the end of the social story, and it's short and brief, and it's meant to be. And because he knows these things, and just teaching them to him repetitively every time we do it, sort of will hopefully be ingrained in him, and then he can use those strategies when the time comes. That's my social story for my client. Thanks.